We come to you today on wings of peace and gentleness and calmness. We're sending more energy onto the earth, for during this time of great change upon the earth and the current hurricanes that are happening and the changes that are happening within the people, within our bodies, the fears of things that are to come, we are sending you much peace and gentleness and calmness. We send it to you through your energy field. We send you this beautiful pink, loving, peaceful energy. We send it to the center of the room. We send it to the top of your head, down through all of your chakras, out your feet, into the center of the Mother Earth. We send this pink energy around the circle of people. We send it out to all those listening to these words, for it is time to stay within the energy of peace and calmness, for it is the way of knowing how to respond to the things that are happening upon the earth. For if you are not in a peaceful space, it is difficult to know how to be for the other people, for it is important for you to be within your space of being at this time. For that is how you can help people the most from coming from a state of beingness and calmness and serenity and peace and gentleness. And we bring this peace, this pink, peaceful, loving energy into your bodies, into the cells within your body, into all of your organs within your body. And we ask you to take a moment and feel this settling down within your system. Feel the gentleness and the peace coming into your body. Feel the quiet and the space of being. For being is the most powerful place that you can be at this time, or any time for that matter, in your existence. For in the days when the masters walked upon the earth, such as Yeshua and Buddha and all of the other masters that were here, they were masters of being in the peace, being in the love and the gentleness, being in the quiet and the serenity. For that is why many times they would go out into the desert to be quiet and peaceful, for it was the only way for them to regain this beingness. It is such as the Aborigines do the walk and the journey. They are looking to regain their beingness, for they recognize the power of the walkabout, the power of being alone with the earth and the elements and the stars and the sky, and the connection to the universe, which is why the walkabout is so powerful in that culture. It is just as it is for you to stay connected to the beingness, to the serenity, to the quietness, to connect with the earth and the nature and the air and the wind and the sun and all of the things that grow and live upon the earth. Stay connected in that space of being. Feel it within your body. Recognize how it feels within your organs and your cells, for then you can bring it back to you when you feel like you are disconnected. Remember how it feels. Begin to remember how it sounds and does not sound, for in the peace and the quiet, there are no sounds, yet there are sounds within yourself. Sounds within your beingness. Sounds not of this world. It is the time of no sound and the time of internal sound at the same time. So begin to work with those sounds and no sounds. Begin to see how it feels within your body when there is no sound exteriorly in your ears. And begin to hear the sounds within your being of the quiet. For you will begin to hear it in a different way. You will begin to feel it within your body. You will begin to feel that connection with your body being in the beingness and the sound and the no sound and connecting to that state. It is important to reconnect with that as often as you can. It is important to recognize the feeling. For such as in meditation, when you have had a busy day and when you get good at meditating, you sit down and you close your eyes and very quickly you're in a meditative state. You can do the same with beingness and the quiet. Sit down, be quiet, hear no sounds, and then begin to connect to the sound of no sound, to the feeling of it within yourself, to the connection of it within yourself, to the universe, to the multiverses, to the energy around you. For it is time for us to become masters of the energy in which we exist. For when you become a master of the energy, you can create many things. You can create peace and kindness and flow and love just by knowing how that feels. You can project it out through the people around you, through the town that you live in, to the earth, to the areas that need it. You can see the places that are disruptive and you can put that space within your hand and you can send that, the beingness and the sound of no sound. For being in the state of being is not doing, is not thinking about what you're going to do. It's not thinking about words within your mind. You are in a state of peace and being with no sound in your ears and no sound within your mind. For it is that state of total stillness, which we know is very difficult. For you know in your meditative practices that you sit down and you're beginning to think about all of the things you need to do. You start building your laundry list and you have to bring yourself back into that state of beingness. It is critical in these times ahead to be familiar with the state of beingness, with the state of quiet within your mind, quiet within the outside of your ears, and to hear the sound of the quiet and to feel the feel of the beingness and knowing that difference and calling it in when you need to remember about being within that space. So we give you a moment in quiet and we bring in even stronger this beautiful pink energy of peace and beingness and gentleness and love. And we will give you a moment to begin to feel these energies and the sounds. When you hear other sounds, go deep within and hear the internal sounds of beingness, the internal sounds of no sound, the internal feeling of being in the moment, of being connected with the source, of being connected with life, of being connected with all of creation, in all of the existences and all of the universes. For we are definitely one in beingness. When you are in the state of being, you are whole within creation. You are connected to God outside and inside, for it is all one. We ask you to remember how it is feeling tonight. We ask you to bring it in your times of full quiet, when you are alone and in your own spaces, for it is much easier to be in that state of being in the no sound and the sound of the no sound. So we ask you to practice, to begin to notice that feeling of being connected, of being in a total 100% state of being, of hearing deep inside yourself, deep inside your beingness, what those sounds might be when there is no other sound within your mind and outside of you. We know this is confusing, the sound of no sound, but we feel that when you begin to work within this energy and this state of beingness, you will truly understand. It is such as the sounds that the scientists hear when they are listening to outer space, and the sounds of the planets and the sounds of the stars. They all have different sounds because they each have a different vibration in their own beingness, which is also interconnected to everything else. So it is unique but connected at the same time. So begin to listen to the sounds within of your state of being, your personal sound within yourself. The sound of your personal planet. For your body and your energy field and your soul is the planet of your existence. And the planets of every being within the earth, within the universe, is its own satellite, its own planet, and has a unique sound. But it is not the sound of talking, it is not the sound of things outside of yourself. We all have our own frequency, which has a sound, and this is the sound of no sound. We hope as you work with it more, it will make more sense. We send you much love and peace and gentleness and calmness. We also at this time send it around the earth to calm everything that is happening. We send it to Hurricane Dorian to calm her down, to calm the earth down in all of those areas, everywhere within the earth where there is war and places where they need peace. We send peace around the entire earth. And in your connection with beingness, and in your hearing the sound of no sound, you are supporting all of them and all of the universe and the multiverses. For as more and more of you become connected to the state of being and hear your personal sound of no sound. It is aligning everything in order. We send you much love and support as always. We are always here if you need us. If you need assistance in being, please call upon us as we are here with you always. Much love. Namaste.